Welcome to the Posted Speed Violations Report webinar. We'll be covering the multiple ways that we can use this reporting tool to monitor, improve safety, and decrease the number of incidents. So let's begin by logging into the web app side of the LoadTrek application at web.loadtrek.net. And once you're in, you'll want to select the Reports tab. And the first report we'll be looking at is a speed violation detail report. I'll go ahead and type in the word speed, and that'll populate a drop down that'll give us the 4 reports that we'll be walking through today. I'll go ahead and select that speed violations detail report, and this is going to populate by driver. So I'll enter in my driver, and I'm going to do about a 7-day date range. So to the right, we have our map, and to the left is a report. I'm going to select one of the lines in the report, and you can see that particular violation is going to be bordered in black here. Also see the details of the violation here. So back to the report, we have the status. It's going to be either speeding or okay. Will give us timestamp, vehicle, the road the violation occurred on, and also the different speed buckets here, 1 to 5 to 16 and over the miles per hour over the speed limit. Also, we got a start and end latitude and longitude. So let's look at some of the details of the report, and we'll start here by the color coding. So these are the different speed buckets, and green's going to represent 1 to 5 over the posted speed limit. Yellow here is going to be about, it's going to be 6 to 10. Red's going to be 11 to 15. And the pink, that's going to be 15 or more over the speed limit. And again, each line you'll see highlighted or bordered, in pink. Let's look at our map view. So right now we're in map. We can also select satellite view to give us an aerial view, zoom in and out. So we can see not only what street, but by intersection even. So the next report we'll look at is going to be the summary by driver report. And this will actually populate by driver group. So I'm going to select active drivers and do about a 7-day again. And here we have by driver group and specific date range, the drivers that have violations within those particular speed buckets from 1 to 5 to 16 and over. So I'm going to be focusing on my 6 to 10 to the 16 over and see who has the most there. I'm going to go with John Hammer. So I'll select his name, and that'll redirect us back over to the speed violations by detail report, and you can select within the map here, and that'll take us to that particular line, and we can see that it was a 45 mile per hour zone, and the driver was going about 70 miles per hour, and that'll put them in the over the 15 miles per hour speed bucket. How long was this incident? It was about 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So the timestamp is going to be hours, minutes, and seconds. So let's go back over to the summary by driver report, and we can select another driver, Stefanski here. And see, it looks mostly green, but I'll go ahead and select one of those areas, red area, and see this particular violation was in a 40 mile per hour, 45 mile per hour zone, and the driver was going 60. We can also do play-by-play, satellite or map view. Zoom in and out. So the next report we're going to take a look at is going to be by road. So speed violation by road report. And that'll give us a breakdown by speed bucket. We can look at the problem areas and even set up some geofence alerts for the drivers for these roads of concern. And this report we can sort by road, any of these columns actually. I'm going to sort by severity and look at the more than 15 miles per hour and see if there are any trends. Actually, I'm going to run this report just for a little longer. Go back to my 7-day cycle. So here I have it sorted by severity, and I started with my more than 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. And I'm going to look and see if there are any trends by roads. I'm going to look at the Northwest Tollway. And that seems to be a trend both in the 15 miles per hour over and also 11 to 15. Pretty much throughout the report we have that particular road. Another road I noticed was the Interstate 39. So this may be an area you want to set up, again, some geofences to alert drivers by consistency of roads. So you may post this for your weekly trends in the break room, even post the speed limit policies. So the last report we'll look at is going to be by vehicle. You may have multiple drivers in a particular vehicle. You want to check their route, how the route went during a particular time period. So I did my about a 7-day cycle for one vehicle. This is a good report to provide feedback to your drivers about their speeding performance. Also include it into their the matrix into their driver scorecard. So here we have by driver. We got the breakdown of our speed buckets color coded here. All the way over to the longitude and latitude. Again, you can select the play button, satellite view, zoom in and out on these particular violations. You can see this incident occurred here on North Gammon Road, and also you'll see it's bordered in black. And it was a 30 mile per hour zone, and the driver was going about 41 miles per hour. So let's go back through our report. So we covered the violations by detail report, and that gave us by driver for a particular date range. And the next report was the summary by driver, which was by driver group and a particular date range. And then the summary by road was a report we can use to look at our problem areas and even set up some geofence alerts for our drivers. And by vehicle, we did it by vehicle, but it also showed us a particular driver and the violations that occurred by driver. You may have multiple drivers, but again, we'll break down by specific driver. If you have any additional questions, contact LoadTrek at support.loadtrek.net. And to learn more about LoadTrek, you can check out our YouTube channel and walk through the steps of provisioning a device from Android to FL1850 to your keypads, all the way up to the initial setup of your company. Thanks again for joining us.